Tweet, 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 tweet. What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good? Can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see
Okay.
me?
That's perfectly fine. That's all I care about.
Otherwise, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's just been a hectic day, bruh. Yo,
Oh, for
I
real?
am so I'm so tired. Yeah, like if guys remember, my 9 to 5 is radio, and then there's the
Yeah.
actual. Yeah, so ish dog. The radio thing just takes so much of my time, bruh. Just it kills me. Like, what it do? Who's this? Oh, okay, I don't know her. Yeah. Otherwise, what's good, bro? What's up with you?
Hey, bro. Been working in the background, been working on some stuff, so
You sure? You
yeah,
sure? You
very
sure?
soon
Yeah,
we
I, I
will
saw
start
you took
seeing
like
things.
I saw you took like a 2 week hiatus there, going
Yeah,
home.
yeah. Had a rest,
You
you
sure?
know. Stress. Yeah, bro. It's been a
Summer
busy,
well.
you know,
Yeah,
restock
yeah,
on,
dog.
but yeah,
Need to go home. I'd love to go home for like 2 weeks or like three or even a month just to sit and because like this city life is so crazy. Like, it messes with your mental. You know what I'm saying? So like,
fact,
I would love.
fact.
Exactly. 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 Otherwise, yeah, man, we here. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Even
I
me,
won't even
bro.
like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
man.
it's
But yeah,
actually perfect because I had someone else for today, but then he canceled, and like I was like,
yes,
damn,
yes, yes.
you know
God,
who would be perfect, you know? So yeah,
exactly. This,
I'm
this
glad
is
that we
God's
could
work. This
not
is
only
God's
be
work, man. This is God's
straight
work,
up.
man. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So where do you want us to begin, bro?
I so firstly to the two other people who are here, welcome, thank you, Winko and
Yeah, I still
Omahai.
don't know her. I'm saying she says I
She's
don't know her, but I genuinely don't know her. So like, I'm sorry, guys. Like,
like, okay.
you know, you know. Otherwise,
Hi.
yeah, man.
So why don't you start by giving a brief introduction to who you are for the folks that don't know you?
Um. mm. So okay, cool. I am Kalo. That is the name. I am Kalo. You have to say that I am. If you can't say that I am,
Yes,
then it doesn't count. So I am Kalo. I'm a rapper. I'm an audio engineer. I'm a creative. I like to say I'm a creative. I like summing it up as a creative because I do so many things. You know,
yes, sir.
Monday to Friday I do radio at YFM. The best drive, the drive show. On weekends and any other time, I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. I just wear too many hats to a point. Sometimes I do even do like copywriting. Like I write copy. Like it's crazy. So
Okay.
yeah, man, I'm just a creator from the Val. Moved to Joburg 5 years ago to chase my dream, and we've been here ever since. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. 016 represent. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful introduction. Love it. All right.
Thank you.
Let me say you're a creative. So were you always a creative, or was it something that like came late childhood or?
Um, so according to my mom, right, and this is the story she always tells, so I believe her. So based on her thoughts, I think I could answer your question better. So she's like, when I was 2 or like close to turning 2, I couldn't walk. Like I still hadn't learned to walk, but
Yeah.
somehow I'd sit in front of the TV and I'd sing songs by Gotham City, R. Kelly, word for word, but I didn't know how to walk. So I'm like, that's a very interesting, like, I could speak, but it's like it has always been there. But
Yeah.
um, when I was growing up, I think the music thing was always there. Everything else was just the thing of like it was a byproduct of music because when I was 5, 6, I started writing songs randomly, like like I
I
had
oh
no
yeah.
yeah, I had no structure. I didn't know what I was writing, but I just wrote songs. I tried to form groups where we writing songs.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that I used to do as a kid that I didn't realize will build up to who I am now. But as for things like radio, and all these other things. They just came later as a thing of like, I knew I'm a very versatile type of person. I can adapt my circumstances, you know. So
Mm.
when I got to varsity, like when I was finishing high school, I remember having a conversation with my mom, and she's like, yo, bro, like, I hear you want to do music and everything like that, but um, what's your plan? And I'm like, nah, man, I'll probably go study sound somewhere. I'm not sure. End up at a radio station. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of things just
Yeah,
came into play as a backup to what I was doing already, and here we are. You know, but I could say it's always been there, but not as multifaceted as it is now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's dope. I love how
Yeah.
you're asking these questions, concise.
I
Um,
prepared myself. I
yay,
prepared myself. Hey, you have
yeah.
to.
So,
Yeah,
as an artist, right? Now, just as an artist and a producer,
cool,
what
cool.
are some of the challenges that you have faced in your journey leading to where you are now?
I mean, the whole reason why I went to a sound school was because of the challenges I faced. I started recording music when I was like 16, I think, 2012, 2013. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a lot. But I record with things like laptop mics, and then even when I get into studio, the engineer would take 2, 3 months to produce one song that I really just want to drop tomorrow. You know, so I'm like, nah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not on. So I literally took myself to a sound school to learn everything. And
Yeah.
over the years, the one thing that I've like struggled with was getting my music to, I'd like to say, industry standard quality, for lack of a better word, you know what I'm saying?
I feel
But
you.
that's literally one thing that I've been chasing. Other than that, it's just been being able to build a brand that's solid, that has a lot of a solid fan base, where I can actually approach other brands to say, let's collaborate. This is how much people I have following me. So let's, you know what I'm saying? But other than that,
Yeah.
I haven't actually faced any challenges. I'm a type of person who likes to, if no one else can help me, I'm gonna find a way to do it myself. So I've always just been like that. Yeah, yeah,
That part.
yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
You
All right.
have to. Mellow
Always.
Vuge. Mellow Vuge, dog. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
So,
Yeah.
what inspires your particular sound, the way that you go about, creating your music and, what inspires that process?
Yo. This is a tough question for me, guys.
Yeah, I
This is a
feel
tough
you.
question because I'm a conceptualizer. Like I make songs or I make projects. I don't even call them EPs or mixtapes or albums. I just call them projects because that's how I feel. Like I conceptualize them like that. Like I'll conceptualize a certain type of sound
Mm,
and a certain type of mood that I'm trying to create, execute it, and then probably the next thing that I drop will be totally different from there. You know, so I think, yeah, I think like that. Like I think it's more of a thing of like it depends on the mood, but the consistency is the stories that I tell in my music. That's the one link that
yeah,
you always have within everything that I do, whether it's a trap song or a more mellow song, you know, like it'll always have a link to a certain type of story that's like very vivid. Yeah, like the way I tell the stories in my songs is very, you know, I don't know how
yeah.
can I think it makes sense. I think you get me.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? I
I
don't
get
know about that. I don't know about other people, but
yeah.
as long as you get me.
We cool, we Gucci.
Ah, way.
Speaking of projects,
Yes,
see, speaking of projects,
yeah,
nearly 2 weeks ago, you dropped a
yes,
project called the RIA Project. So
yes.
inspired that.
Ah, man. The re-up project is a follow-up, like the word re-up, you know, like you're coming back. So it's a
Yes.
follow-up project from my debut project, which I dropped last year. It's close to a year. Next month is gonna make a year, dog. Yo, I'm so
Oh,
excited. Shit, this is
yeah.
so crazy.
Right.
So
Heard of
I dropped a, yeah, like it's crazy. I dropped my first project, and it was called 3M in Stanley. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Those
Stanley
who
Gang.
know, those who know, they know where Stanley
Yeah.
is, you know?
Hey.
So, yeah, so 3M in Stanley was a story I created around people who live around Stanley and some of the challenges they face. But it was very dark and morbid, and like, I mean, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, so I had to fit the
Yeah.
theme. So when I came with the follow-up project, I was like, I want to show that the 3M or like the Stanley style still has color. Like there's a flip side to everything else, you know. So that's what the
Mm.
re-up was about. It was more of like a flip switch of my environment, my like you know my surroundings, the people I'm interacting with, and I just wanted to show that there's also color in my life. Yes, there's like the dark stuff, the emotional stuff, but I can bring color into the world, you know, and that's just
Balance.
really what it was about. That's why the artwork is so colorful. Like if you look at that artwork, it's abstract art that's very colorful, and
Yes.
I'd like to say shout out to Teddy Brigado for taking the pictures, and shout out to me for killing the artwork. I did it myself.
By myself. Hey, I don't need nobody.
I told you. I told
Hey,
you. I
and it's
told you.
yeah,
I told you.
yeah,
Exactly. So that yeah, that's literally what inspired it. Also, with 3M and Stanley, I didn't have any features, so I wanted to have a project where it's just the features. Like I remember coming up with the names. I had multiple names. At first, I wanted
yeah.
to name it the 3M remixes, the 3M features. Like I had all these names planned, but I was like, the Ria project is perfect. You know. Oh, also shout out to NMD. You know what I'm saying? I see you in the comments. Yeah, he did the final part of the artwork, but bro, I
Yeah.
gave you the canvas, bro.
Yeah. You just did some of the work.
Come on, kid. I'm kidding. Shout out to the boy. Shout out to the boy. But yeah,
I'm glad
yeah.
that you mentioned the fact that you wanted features because my next question is, oh, dude, this is so much fun. You're making this so much fun for me. Everything is just flowing so nicely.
I'm
So
an
as you
open
said,
book.
yeah. So as you said,
Yeah,
you wanted to have features on this project. So
yeah, yeah.
what, or what sort of, I don't want to say thought process, or what kind of led you to the artists that you had on each of the tracks? Did you like send them multiple tracks and say pick one, or did you say this is the track, or how did that process happen?
Um, this is funny story again. Like I didn't plan to make this project as much as I planned
Yeah,
to make this project, guys. This project literally just fell on my lap. That's how I say it every time. Like I didn't plan to make this project. It just came because how I did it is last year September, I think, like this time last year, I was in a studio session with a couple of friends of mine. That's when we made Madibas, which is the first song.
yes, sir.
And yeah, so we just made Madibas as a song that we were just playing around with. We banked it, we put it in the vault, we chilled, continued live. Beginning of this year, I think it was all late last year, like around December time. Zen comes to me, you know, he comes with the beat for back to back. He's like, yo, let's do a song. We do that song, cool. Put it in the vault. I'm not even thinking about a project. I'm just doing songs with people. It's not
Yeah,
until I get to until Tumi Lau sends me Thailand, and he's like, yo,
yeah,
man, I need a verse on this song. I'm like, no, man, the songs I've been making have a similar theme. They all talk. It's either they're all talking about money, but also sonically they have this sound that just resonates. You know what I'm saying? Even when we made Up Some Time, as much as Up Some Time is like a mellow song, it still has this theme where it fits. You know, so literally that's literally how these songs came about. I didn't plan the features. I didn't plan anything. It's just I found myself in studio sessions with these people, and we made these songs. And I was just like, let me just arrange an album.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. Shout out to
Ah,
everyone featured on the project. You know what I'm saying? Special
dope.
shout out
That's
to
so
NMD.
dope.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know?
And this is just like a comment, but I think I love how sort of cohesive the whole project is in terms of the musicality, the vibes,
Bah,
and I love how
bah.
every artist is so perfectly suited to every single like track, and
You
that's
you
why
making me
was
you making me
there.
blush right now. You're making me blush right now. Because
Ah, bro, gotta give
like
props, man.
I'm one artist who or like I'm a fan of music in such a way where I'll critique an artist's project not based on their features, not based on their songs, but based on how it's arranged. you see how you arranged a project is very critical for me as a listener. So I take it
Facts.
so seriously. So when someone picks it up, it's like, oh my gosh, like someone sees what I'm doing. Someone sees what I'm doing. You saying?
I
Like this
see
is
you. I see you.
crazy. This is crazy.
See you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thank you for that.
Hey,
Shout out.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
So with these two projects that you've released, those 3 a.m. in Stanley and the RIA project, what are
Yes.
some of the lessons that you have learned, not only as an artist, but as a producer, putting together a for yourself? Because it's one thing to listen to an album, but it's another thing to be the one who is putting it all together. So what have you learned from those two projects?
I do not always know what's best for me.
Ooh,
Yeah, like you see, like it's crazy, like stories like how Thailand came about. So Tumila sends me the song, I write a verse for it, and I love that verse that I wrote. I
yeah.
record it, and it's a song, right? And we are busy finishing the Ria project. He calls me. He's like, "Yo, come to the SABC, bro." I go to the SABC. I see him. He's like, "Bro, I don't like your verse. I really think the verse is whack. I feel like for you to release this project, I'm not gonna give you the song until you rewrite the verse." I'm like, "Damn," because the creator in me, his ego is bruised. I'm just like completely
Bro,
destroyed. I'm like, what? How? So
I'm
I had
crying.
like, yeah, but I had to humble myself, and I'm like, okay, cool. This guy knows what is best for that song. So he's not saying this because he feels some type of
Yeah.
way about it, but he really wants me to. You know what I'm saying? So I had to. That's what I learned. Like sometimes I record and the recording goes well, but the next day when you hear it, you were just doing garbage, bro. Like you need to learn those kind of things. Because I've seen artists where they record, they mix the song today, tomorrow they drop, and when you hear it, you're like, no, bro,
Oh, no, bro.
no, dog, nah, dog,
Listen.
you messed it up. You know what I'm
You
saying?
get me.
So
Yeah.
things like that is what I had to learn and like get to the point, like letting go of me being the executive producer of something and just being the talent. It's very hard, but I had to let go of control.
Hmm.
So that's one thing I learned. Very, very, very key. Very key. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
I'm glad for that. I'm
yes,
glad.
because you
Yes.
grow, you grow, you grow.
E-
All right.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Away. I'm
Man,
sorry.
I've been
I know.
no,
I
I've
answer
been
questions too
loving
quickly.
this. No,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it's also dope because straight to the point, you know,
It's dope.
concise, no
I
rambling,
work.
none of that.
I work with interviews, so like I'm
You
so
know the
used to
vibe.
this. Exactly.
Alright.
But yeah,
Well, I
man.
mean, thank you
Yeah.
so much, bro. Like, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day. I know
Away.
you're probably
It's
tired as
dog.
hell now.
Dog. At that time, I'm not even finished. I still have another shift to finish, guys. I'm only knocking off at 9. So
Hectic, bro. I'm a pray for
this,
you. Yo,
this was just me, just taking time out,
praise
just to promo
God,
my shit. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know,
Say listen to the Ria project, get the Ria project. You know what I'm saying?
available on all streaming
Exactly.
platforms. Don't sleep.
Exactly. Exactly.
All
Shout
right,
out to
bro.
everyone. Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of
All
your
right.
evening, bye. Stay safe, man.
Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Blessings.